Uh, Start off with it's a great win. It's something that we've been looking forward to playing at home. We have what I consider the best fans in the league, and it just gives our players that extra energy and excitement of just being unpredictable and enjoying themselves in the attacking third and creating things. And they just continue to work. We've come together. We're understanding each other really well on the field, and great chemistry. What an exciting goal from Karlie, first game where she got the start, and then Taylor Huff, I thought she was going to get one there at the end, and Joelle, a goal and assist in 2 games as a center back. So total team effort, and this is something that we've been preaching since the very beginning. Excited for the group, and I think 3 good points.
All right, and especially since this is our first game at home this year, when I call on you, if you could introduce yourself and who you represent. Ann?
Hi, Albertin, Ann Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. Can you talk about your changes in the starting lineup, and especially Asisa? She didn't play tonight.
Yeah, she did not, because we're right now looking at playing different systems. We want to be unpredictable. That's one of the things it was very important for us. We played a 3-5-2 last weekend. Today we played a 4-3-3, and we need a little bit more of that defensive side of it. Asisat is one of the best goal scorers in the world, and we're going to be using her hopefully in the next game where she's had a lot of success. So it had to do more of just a rotation. I've made it very clear to the team that everyone is important, and they can all have an impact in the game. And I think right now we have 25 starters. I really do. And every single game right now, I think we're going to see changes to the lineup quite often because they're capable of doing it. And teams don't know what we're going to throw at them.
William Espy of Sports Radio Service. Following up on the lineups, one player who stood out to me in the lineup was Caroline Conti. How much did it mean to her to get start today, and what did you see from her this week that made that decision for you?
So it's not what we saw this week, it's what we saw all of last year and all of preseason. She's someone that comes in and works and plays for her team and has had a lot of success, is now playing with a lot more confidence. That's what happens after the first year, right? Last year, we didn't necessarily experiment as much. I don't think I did an excellent job in playing players as much as they could, because I was still trying to get to know the team. We were as a staff as well. And now, a year into it, we're like, okay, we know Caroline can play up top. She was actually, we were considering playing her in the midfield. But it's just kind of that feel that they're starting to understand. And whatever position we put them in the assignment, they take it on. So credit to Caroline, because I thought she had a phenomenal game. She did exactly what we asked her to do, holding up, defending, putting pressure in certain parts of the field, and her and Taylor connected really well.
Paula?
Yes, Paula Maruri, 10 a.m. Congratulations for the victory.
Thank you.
As the second year of the franchise, how do you feel to connect with your fans? I have 2 more questions, but I need this one in Spanish, so I don't know if you understand.
No, again, I said it earlier, these fans are it's the electricity, and we feel it, we talk about it, and it's genuine from the time we step on the field. And even at the end, in the 88th minute or 89th minute, they're chanting Bay FC, Bay FC. They're still with us from start to finish. And you look at other teams around the league, and I don't necessarily feel that, right? When you go and play away and the fan base isn't quite there. So hopefully that stays here with us. I know it will, because we're going to continue being an exciting football team, and they're going to really get to know the players, what they're about. And if you're a kid out there and you see you're a forward, like a Rudy, like a Rachel, a Penelope, whoever is in there, Karlie, in the 89th minute, 88th minute, still dropping all the way back and defending and playing for their team, and that's what it's about. So, the fans give us that extra energy, and we love playing in front of them.
So we were talking during practice this week how important was to compare the statistics, information, data. Now, what improvements did you see Racing in Louisville tonight?
So it's hard for me to say, because I need to go back to video now and watch it when I'm nice and calm and relaxed, and then start preparing for Washington Spirit. Someone that we want to We want to get them back because it was a good game at the end of last season. But it really comes down to going back to video and seeing what we can improve on. Because I thought we had a good first half, but even at halftime, the message was like, hey, we can be better. And in these areas. So we saw a couple glimpses of the video at halftime. And then what I will say is, the game, it's football for you. So there were so many different parts. I thought we were very good. I'm going to go on and on right now. I thought we were very good in the first half in our transition and recognizing areas that we could attack them in. And that's something that we worked on. In the second half, we showed a little bit of grit. They had a lot of corner kicks. That's not necessarily something we want to see. But we found a way to defend. And then at the very end, we closed it out with some really good football. So the video, from my head right now, I'm like, hey, look what we did in the last 3 minutes of the game. I don't think they almost touched the ball. And then we got a great shot off, right? So it's, can we put it all together? And that's a process. And
It's gonna be a before and after tonight. Y la última pregunta en español, ¿qué importante fue anotar primero, mantener la calma y terminar con el resultado esta noche? Thank you, gracias.
Siempre es muy importante anotar primero. Cuando uno anota primero, tiene la confianza que puede jugar bien y tranquilo. Porque algunas veces los nervios están ahí. Y cuando como Karlie, el primer juego que empezó, ella mete un gol así, y ahora está tranquila, el equipo completo, y eso es muy importante para nosotros. Gracias.
Just one thing, Bob, on the sports break. Good to see you again, Coach, and
Thank you.
guys on the win. Kind of maybe a two-parter, but first up, your thoughts on Jordan's goal this season. You guys coming into season, goalkeeping was kind of a question mark. Jordan's kind of really held her own. One goal conceded these two matches, made some great saves tonight, some clutch saves tonight. Your thoughts on how she's kind of handled it so far?
She's done much more than hold her own. We brought her in last year because we saw so much potential in her. And you're starting to see it. She was young, but she's got the athletic ability. She's really good with her feet, and she's just growing in confidence. And what I've told her for the last few weeks is, I feel at ease. I'm comfortable, and I'm confident when she's on the field. And there's a lot to be said for that with the goalkeeper, but she's earned it. The way she's trained and the way she carries herself. So incredibly excited for her and happy.
So to kind of follow up on that, when you're comfortable with her, is that what's allowing you to kind of change tactics week in, week out? Just because you feel that confident at the back?
That's one part of it, but it's also just we're all much more familiar with each other. Last year we played in a 4-3-3. Let's understand a 4-3-3. This year we just changed. Okay, this week, but we've already done that last week, right? So what we've brought in now, it's just you're fine tuning. So the players that come in, they can understand their assignments much easier. So it's just an evolution of us playing as a team and time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Albertin Christian Babcock with the Mercury News. What have these past 3 weeks been like for you guys with everything that's been going on?
So I don't even think about it because we're having so much fun. Like, I look forward to coming to work every day with our staff, with our players. We're enjoying it. Like, you can't tell. And that's how it's always been, and that's what we're trying to create, that environment. And you can see it, the players, I mean, you should go out and watch some of these sessions when they let you, right? But everyone's enjoying themselves, having fun. But then when it's time to play and compete, they're getting after it, and they're challenging each other, and they're demanding perfection from each other. And that's really, they're creating that. And so, again, the question has been distraction. Absolutely not. That's why you don't see it out there, because we're so focused on getting better and enjoying the type of football. But it's only a second game of the season. Lots of games, but you're going to see a lot this energy, because you could see they all played for each other every single minute. Not one person gave up, and they all defended together, attacked together. We're a unit. That's what a coach strives for.
Speaking of fun, can you take me through your view of Karlie's goal?
Honestly, no, don't shoot. You're too far. Okay. Good job. Don't listen to me, because the XGs, you're like, okay, and she took a touch that kind of slowed her down a little bit. It was an off touch. So I'm already looking at the runs. I'm like, but she scores goals like this all the time. But then she also sometimes, skies it for about 25 yards. So you give them that freedom and confidence. So I was just in awe, applauding, and I'm glad I didn't say anything, and she didn't hear it. So because there were probably better options, but when you score a goal like that, that's just the confidence in a player believing in themselves. So,
Really? Oh, sorry, did you have another?
I just wanted to say, have you ever seen a run like that where, I mean, it was pretty much the whole field? Straight line?
Not in a while. I'm trying to think. No, because she won that ball, battled for it, and then just carried it for about 70 yards. I don't know, something like that. And then the fact, though, the run, I'm not surprised because she's got that pace. You're going to see it. And it's the way she strikes the ball. Because then she still put it on the upper 90 with power on the run. That's more difficult than the actual run because she has the physical qualities. But then now there was that end product. So...
Back corner.
Brian G. Santa Cruz voice. So, Coach, with the arrival of Abby last year, and then from there till now through Coachella and the first couple games, it seems like this team has really started having their calling card being that defense, being contesting every shot. And with your talking about changing all of these tactics, are you kind of week to week looking how you can best defend who you're going to be playing against?
Absolutely.
And then your goal is to shut it down and you'll take a 0-0, but if you get some goals, it's okay?
Yeah. So, absolutely. The tactics now, much more so than last year, let's look at our opposition. How are we going to be able to defend them well? How are we going to be able to exploit them in the attack? Last year was, let's figure out what we have, who plays well with each other, and then this mindset of togetherness. So yes, Abby came in at the right time as we were starting to kind of like really understand each other more and more. So now it's continued. It's continued all through preseason. And yeah, the defense looks great, but it's because 11 players are defending. All 11 are defending. They have that mentality. And that's what a coach will always ask of their players, right? So they're defending, they're attacking, they're supporting each other. And the message has been, look, you can take chances in the attack. You can be creative. Because if we lose it, they've got your back. Everyone here has their back. And that goes a long ways. And we got to continue doing it.
All right, we got time for one more in the back corner.
Hey, Coach. Mark College, Berry Sports Rep. Good to see you again. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
But one of the players I want to talk about is Taylor Huff. It seems like she was one of the unsung heroes tonight. Just talk about how her creativity is in the midfield and how happy you are to have her in that midfield spot like that.
It's the reason why we were after her for a couple of years. I mean, last year as well. And with Taylor, she's different because she plays like a 10. She's creative. She's got this technical ability, but she has the engine of an 8, which is from box to box. That's someone that's very difficult to defend because if you're man marking them, you can't. She's covering too much distance. And if you're zoning, then she understands pockets that she can exploit you in. And my message to her today and going into this game was, you have the freedom. You roam around. You find the pockets because she has it in here, right? And Kiki and Dorian will protect you underneath. And then those two, Kiki and Dorian, would move off her. But she has that freedom. She's earned it all through preseason. We saw those qualities, and it's nice to see that she's coming right into the pro game and has been able to do it. So we're going to continue seeing more and more out of Taylor Huff. She's a very talented player, but even more importantly, it's her work ethic. She wants to be one of the best in the world. She does. She has that mindset. You bring a player like that, and we already have quite a few, it's infectious, right? So they all are kind of, hey, I want more. I want to be better. And she's has impressed us all. I mean, we knew what she could do, but the fact that she's already doing it this soon is quite impressive.
You were after her last year too?
What's that?
You were after her last year too?
Yeah.
Trying to pull her out of course?
Well, we just kept watching her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought she was. Yeah, she's a special talent. So we were very interested. But we were still putting everything together last year. So we were just excited that she chose to come and play for us. It just says a lot about our organization and everyone involved in being able to bring her. And Hannah as well, because Hannah's a national team player, but she's actually going back to school tomorrow for it. So, and we're going to integrate her. And I know I'm just going on and on, but she's also a very talented player that you'll see. And they're all going to play a role in it.
Is that why you got her some playing time, just because you knew she wasn't going to be around anymore?
Yeah, it's just to give her an experience in front of our home fans, and she's earned it all as well. She's been playing well, but just integrating her with the team just a little bit, and then when she comes back, she's like, okay, I've already got a game under my belt, and she's not necessarily, because she said she was so nervous afterwards. Of course you were. First game, and with the fans like this, when you were playing in front of 15,000. So I was like, well, now you got it. You played great, and now she knows what to do.
And also, when did you find out that you were going to get the start?
Yeah, I think I found out yesterday, but the goal was so surreal. You know, I was running down the field and I just was like, okay, I think this is my time. And so I took the shot and hoped for the best, and it worked out. So, yeah.
Albertin said he was like, no, you're too far out to shoot. Oh, great shot.
Not for Karlie. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was so surreal. I couldn't have dreamed of a better first goal. So, yeah.
Yeah, Karlie, it's Christian Babcock with
Yeah.
the Mercury's. You know, having that much room to run is pretty rare. I mean, you basically went end to end.
Yeah.
Albertin said, you know, you're kind of known for that, and you then did some at Cal. What is it like to just have that much space, and then, you know, how'd you determine when you were going to shoot it?
Yeah, I think I've definitely done it a few times before, but I think this time I was a little further out. But, you know, my teammates, they were like, just take your shot. You have a hard shot. So I listened to them and shot it, and it went in. So, yeah.
Is that, I mean, that you went really far. Have you gone farther? Have you gone fully end to end? You know, what?
I want to say yes, definitely a few times, but yeah. So.
When was the last time? Was it at Cal or was it at Cal?
I want to say at Cal, maybe my sophomore or junior year. Yeah. So.
Paula?
Paula Marurita today, congratulations for the victory. You guys connect with your fans again, first home game. And then I would like to say, Joelle, how do you feel to create a momentum for Karlie? And I have a question for Karlie. How do you find the strength? When do you know that you're going to be able to score the goal? Are we going to see this in the future again? Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry, what was your question again?
How do you feel to create a momentum for your team and for Karlie?
Yeah. I think just at the end of the game, Albertin said it best. Like, that was just such a team win, and obviously just a special night for Karlie. Like, first start, first goal, just an incredible night for our team to celebrate her and just everything that we were able to do together.
Karlie, how do you find this strength? And then are we going to see this in the future again?
Yeah, definitely. I think Albertin, he gives us a lot of freedom to play and be creative. And, you know, I was running down the line and I was like, hey, you know, I'm just going to go. And it worked out. So I think, yeah, it was definitely a team win. And I'm just so excited we got the W.
Lema, Space Sports Radio Service. First for Joelle. Obviously, you've had a great start to your season playing at center back. How has that transition been going into the new position, and how are you liking it so far?
Yeah. I found out at the beginning of the preseason that I was going to be making the switch to center back. It's just been, I think, an amazing experience so far. Obviously, having Abby Dahlkemper next to you, it's not every day you get to play next to a player of her caliber, and she's just done an amazing job of coaching me and just letting me know like how to play that position. Obviously, the whole coaching staff has supported me 100% and just given me the resources that I needed. So I think they were not expecting me to progress as quickly as I did in that position, but they've been really happy with the results. So I think it's been showing a little bit, yeah.
And then for Karlie, a goal like that is something you usually see from someone who's been in the league for years. I mean, how does that help your confidence showing that you can do that at a professional level?
Yeah, I think just having like such a supportive team, because they were telling me like, shoot, Karlie, you know, you make these goals in practice. And so, you know, yeah, I think just having a supportive team behind me is so helpful. So, yeah.
Brian G. Santa Cruz Voice. So Joelle, you're obviously being teamed up in that center back role with, you know, arguably one of the best who ever do it. What is your communication like, and how, because it seems like, you know, compared to the beginning of last year, and, you know, you kind of went through some of that rough times and such. how is your communication on the field defensively just improved over this time?
Yeah, I think Abby is just one of the best communicators in the game. I mean, she's always talking, always letting you know what to do on the field, and I think everyone on the team notices how great of a leader she is, and it just helps so. I think that we were missing that in the beginning of last season, someone who's vocal like that, so bringing her in and just having a leader and a player of her caliber, it's just helped the team so much, and I'm just like so grateful to play next to her, yeah.
Parkland?
One great college favorite sports route first, Joelle, how did it feel to be from San Jose, score that opening goal in this
Yeah.
home opener tonight?
Yeah, it's honestly surreal. Yeah, just hometown player scoring the first goal of the season. I mean, you dream of moments like that as a child, So just to get that first goal for our team, get the momentum going, and it carried out through the whole game. It was just an amazing experience, yeah.
So Karlie, did you see Rachel that she was ahead of the play, or were you just so focused on
I was-
well, no matter what?
I was so focused on the goal. I was going for goal, so yeah.
All right, we're looking at Christian.
Joelle, it seems like this, not only have you fit in well at center back, you're scoring, you're assisting. What, has this kind of just opened up your game? What has it been like just experiencing that?
Yeah, I think just center back seeing the game differently, just seeing the whole entire field has just opened up a whole different level of my game, the passing, the long distribution. Obviously, I know I can finish too, and so that was fun that I got to be able to get a goal. But yeah, it's just been really fun to play center back. I've played forward, I played midfield, never played center back before. So I think just taking all of the skills that I've learned from that position, just bringing it into center back and just allowing myself to be the player that I am, I think is working really well for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
For both of you, I mean, you alluded to this, but you're both hometown South Bay girls, and just to be here and see, last year was the first year, but 15,000 people show up tonight, and just the energy around this. Just can you talk a little bit about that, about what it's like to have this in your hometown, to be able to be playing in your hometown?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I would, last year, I would come to these games and I'd be like, oh my gosh, the fans are so great. And so now being on the field, it's just amazing. And, I couldn't have dreamed of anything better, especially being from here, like you said. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think a couple of years ago when they announced that Bay was getting a team, it's like you dream about it, coming back home, playing for your hometown team. And now that we're finally getting to live that dream and play for our hometown, it's just a dream come true, honestly. It's like what you dream of as a little kid. And so not only being able to be on the team but also contribute and make a difference has just been so amazing. It's just been so much fun. We're so grateful for all the fans that come out and just see all the little girls that we know what we're inspiring too.
Jeff Watson, Bob on Sports Bay. First off, you guys on the way, and
Thank
congrats on
you.
the goals that you nominee. Albertin kind of alluded to this when he was talking. He mentioned how he's changing tactics throughout each week, which is something that's not that much heard of as far as sports. But usually one manager has his tactics adjust a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult or not is it kind of go week in week where you can have a different role, maybe playing a different position, that kind of stuff, week in, week out?
Yeah, I think because of the personnel that we have on this team, it's really easy not easy, but it's helps us adapt each week to what we're going to do. So if he says, we're going to play 3-5-2 this week, we're going to play 4-3-3 this week, I think we have the personnel on our team where we're able to do that and work through it and figure out solutions because of the people that we have.
Yeah, I agree. I think, we just have such a supporting coaching staff, too. If we have questions or anything, they help us work it out. And so I think just going into each week, we're ready for whatever formation we need to play, and we have the personnel just like she said. So, yeah.
And back to Christian.
For both of you, what have the past 3 weeks been like with everything that's been going on around the team and on and off the field?
Yeah, obviously we're just focused on this season, and I think the first couple weeks have gone inside really well for us. We're just focusing on one game at a time and just sticking together. So I think it's been pretty overall positive, and we're just sticking together as a team and just, taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, I agree. I've had nothing but positive experiences since I've gotten here, and the team's so supportive. And, we're all focused on one thing, which is winning. So, yeah.
Yeah, to follow up on that, Albertin talks about how this atmosphere here is special. Obviously, Karlie, you only played 2 games so far in this league, but Joelle, maybe you can speak to him more.
Yeah.
But, Karlie, you get your thoughts too. What makes this atmosphere special? There are stadiums of comparable size, but what makes it different here?
Yeah, I think just the intimacy of the whole stadium, you just feel the presence of the fans around you because of the way it's built. But just seeing like 16,000 people each week, which isn't happening across the league, but it should. But just to see our fans come out and just support us the way we do, it just makes a world of a difference. Because like when you score, like you hear them cheering, you just want to play for them and play for your team. So it really just amps us up and just gives us a lot of support.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've only, like you said, played 2 games, and by far this stadium was the best compared to the last one. So I was like, oh my gosh, like this is, wow, this is a lot of people since I've never played in front of that many people before, but it's just so great. And like hearing the fans, like Joelle said, it's just the best. So, yeah.
All right, we got 2 more in the corner, or just 1 more?
Just move on.
Yep, just 1 more.
So this next week you're going to Washington. Okay, this is a, you know, not that, you know, the other 2 teams you played have been, you know, walkovers, but this is a real test for where this team is. In the room, how is the group feeling? Okay, this is where we've got to show up, or you're just going to play your game and let it work out?
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to show up every single game ready to win. Doesn't really matter who we're playing, because this league, it can change so, like, quickly. So no matter who you're playing, we're just going to go in full force knowing that we're going to win. So just that mentality every single game.
Do you recognize the importance that on a league scale, when you play this game, this one has got to be, we've got to play our best football, and we've got to look like a team that deserves to be on the field with one of the best in the league the last few years?
Yeah, I definitely think you have to consider it, but also just sticking to who we are and what we do best and not overthinking it, because that can just cause problems for us, but just knowing our identity and who we are and just sticking to it, and just know that if we do that, that the results will come.